A flugelhorn note glides out, golden and warm, and suddenly you're wondering, how did jazz get so friendly, so inviting, so unstoppable? That's the quibble nobody solved in 1977 except Chuck Mangione. He didn't just play jazz, he turned it into an open door, a handshake, a soundtrack you didn't know you already loved. Stay close, because hidden inside these 3 tracks is the story of how a horn line toppled charts and rewired what radio thought was possible. Let's begin with Feels So Good. The title isn't marketing fluff, it's a thesis. Built on guitar strums that shimmer like summer pavement, the groove is stripped back, almost suspiciously simple. Then Mangione's flugelhorn takes flight, round, buttery, confident. He doesn't quibble with excess, every note is chosen, every phrase sings. When that melody locks with the guitar, it's not background music, it's an emotional elevator, and the world noticed. The single edit dominated airwaves, while the full version stretched into a 9-minute daydream. It was smooth, yes, but underneath was discipline, the jazz chops of a man who cut his teeth with Art Blakey, now channeled into a language suburban radios could finally understand. Shift now to Children of Sanchez. This isn't breezy, it's monumental. A double album soundtrack for a film about resilience and hardship, the piece blends Latin percussion, sweeping orchestra, and Mangione's commanding horn. Where Feels So Good whispered comfort, Children of Sanchez thundered defiance. It won him a Grammy, but more importantly, it proved that jazz could sprawl, could tell cinematic stories without losing heart. The track is both prayer and protest, full of soaring lines that insist music can hold grief and hope in the same breath. If Feels So Good was your easy ride, Children of Sanchez was the mountain road, with switchbacks, storms, and panoramas that left you breathless. And then came Give It All You Got. Recorded for the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid, it's jazz turned into adrenaline. The horn bursts with urgency, the rhythm section gallops forward, and suddenly the flugelhorn, a horn usually known for being mellow, is sprinting like an athlete chasing glory. This was jazz on the world stage, broadcast to millions, and Mangione turned it into a celebration of motion itself. No quibble here, it's one of the rare times instrumental jazz carried the weight of a global sporting moment, and it did it with flair. Thread them together and the picture forms. Chuck Mangione wasn't just a musician, he was an architect of crossover. He built bridges between jazz and pop, between radio singles and symphonic epics, between quiet moments and Olympic fanfares. His flugelhorn was the constant, warm and human, like a voice you trusted in every mood. Feels So Good gave us comfort, Children of Sanchez gave us drama, Give It All You Got gave us triumph. Together they tell a story of jazz sneaking into the mainstream not through compromise but through clarity. That's the secret. Mangione made music that was generous. Generous with melody, generous with emotion, generous enough to meet you wherever you were, whether in a candlelit room, a packed stadium, or behind the wheel on a long drive. And in that generosity, jazz found its way into the everyday.